Right, so today I'm going to try and do something that I have never done before, and that is to take a picture of the sun. And please excuse any mess you can see in the garden. I've been doing a few little projects here. But first I want to talk through the setup that I've got here, because it is very, very different to anything that I have used in any of my previous videos, with the exception of my telescope. So the mount that I'm using is the ZWO AM5. Very, very fortunate that they have sent that to me for me to use for a review, and I've had it for 12 months and embarrassingly I haven't used it yet. And they also sent it with the pier extension as well, so it's sitting higher up, which for my north facing garden is on a hill, is quite useful. The telescope I'm using is one that you'll be familiar with on this channel if you've been watching me for a while, which is the William Optics GT71, so triplet APO refractor. I think the focal length's about 420 mil, so perfect for some solar photography. And onto some new additions. I have finally installed the ZWO electronic autofocuser EAF, so I'm looking forward to trying to use that today. And sorry, Hugo is going mental because next door I've got a cat on their driveway. Moving around, I've got the ZWO ASI Air Plus. I've used that on this channel a couple of times now. It's an amazing bit of kit, and I've got everything plugged into that, but I'll go through the connectivity in a second. Background here, so as usual with astrophotography, there's about a million things and about a million adapters to get everything to work, so I'll talk through everything that I've got at the minute here. So I've got the star diagonal here. In front of that, that you can't see, but threaded into the star diagonal is a 1¼ inch UV IR filter. Then you've got the star diagonal. Then you've got the Daystar quark. So that's going to give, you know, the really sort of fiery views of the sun, if you like, capturing it in hydrogen alpha, as opposed to the white light images that a lot of people take, and I've been taking with the ZWO C-Star recently. I've been enjoying doing that. Then I've got a tilt adapter, and then you can't see it, but there's another adapter to be able to connect the camera into that. And the camera that I'm using is the ZWO ASI 432 mm, which is a planetary camera. I was thinking of either the 174 or the 432. I went for 432. And again, I'm very, very fortunate that ZWO sent me that for free to be able to test. So there's a lot of ZWO kit there. 1, 2, 3, 4 bits of ZWO equipment here. So I'm very well tied into their ecosystem at the minute, but I don't mind that. Everything seems to work very, very well. I have never ever taken a picture of the sun like this before. The only picture I've ever taken is with the C-Star. I thought I'd just come out of the sun for a minute because it's absolutely roasting here today. It is a really, really nice day, but also quite windy, like 20-mile-an-hour winds today, so it's quite windy, but I'm pretty sheltered here, so the kit will be absolutely fine. So as I was saying, yeah, never taken a picture of the sun like this before, so I'm really looking forward to trying it out. I have gone against everything that I sort of preach on this channel about sort of introducing like one new bit of equipment at a time. So I've introduced the AM5, never used that before. The electric focuser, never used that before. And then obviously the Daystar quark and the camera. So there's a lot of new things going on there. There's a lot of things that can and probably will go wrong, as we know in astrophotography, but I don't mind sharing that with everybody. Hopefully I'll get some decent images out of it. So sorry, I'm looking over there because that's where the kit is. So what I've got is everything is connected in to the ZWO ASI Air, with the exception of the mount, which is taken from the mains power, and the Daystar quark, which I've also plugged into the mains. I did have it plugged in to the ASI Air yesterday when I was just sort of testing all the connectivity, but there's a little amber light on it, and when it reaches temperature that turns green. It was plugged in for about 25-30 minutes and the light didn't go green at all, so I plugged it into the mains, and then it went green within 5 minutes. So I don't know if it just perhaps wasn't getting quite enough power out of the ASI Air, so I've plugged it into the mains. That's not really an issue at all. It's just a bit of a pain because I would have liked everything to be plugged into the ASI Air, but that's not a problem. So I'm going to be capturing some videos, and then I'm going to stack all of those together and hopefully get a decent image and maybe even an animation if I can possibly do that at the end of this video. So make sure you stick around for that. Either a good one or a very bad failed version. I'll be happy with either, to be honest, as long as I can get the telescope pointed towards the sun and get an image captured. I'll be happy with that. I haven't properly like polar aligned or anything like that, so I was in the middle of the day, but I've pointed to the Mount North. I've got it set to my latitude, which has always been good enough to have Polaris in the field of view. So I think that's good enough for solar work. I'm not going to be capturing images or videos for very long at all, probably like 10 millisecond videos and take like 500 of those or something like that, fingers crossed. I'm going to be using the ASI Air for that as well. As usual with astrophotography, there's loads of different ways that you could approach this. That's the way I'm going to try it today. If that doesn't really work, the next time I'll try different software on my laptop and connect straight into that instead. Right, so I guess the first thing I want to do is actually slew the scope, or the mount rather, to the sun. So I'm here, I'm connected to my ASI Air. So let's have a look. Sun, that sounds good. Go to. Don't look at the sun. Yeah, it's a good warning. I haven't warned anybody on this video yet. It feels fairly obvious to say, but please never look at the sun without the correct equipment. Right, okay, so you can see that I am now on the sun. It has literally taken me like 2 hours to find the sun, find the right focus, with thanks to Astromat on Twitter, or X as it's now known. So I've found the sun, and I am tracking it, and I've been having a little play around with the settings. You can see a nice prominence on the screen there. I've got no idea if my settings are right or not, but I'm giving it a good go. And also my daughter has now joined me. I'm sitting on my lap because she's woken up from her nap, so if you hear another person talking, let's see who that is. So yeah, I've been quite frustrated with it. I knew it wouldn't go very straightforwardly at all, but that's why you get the frustration out of the way, keep playing around, keep persevering, and eventually you will be rewarded. So so this is what it looks like with the settings as I've got them now. So I've got the gain set at 10 and an exposure of 199 milliseconds. I was trying to get 200, but fat thumbs couldn't quite do it properly. And that showed the nice detail of the prominence there. If I wanted to capture some more surface detail, then I'd take the exposure down and I don't know, set it to like 10. So yeah, I'm taking another video now. I'm on the widest field of view. The FPS is terrible, but we'll see. There's some nice prominences there that I can see, and I'm gonna change the exposure to see if I can get some more surface detail, and then maybe try and blend those two together. I don't know, I might be over-egging it a bit for a first attempt, but I'll see what I can do. So if I take the exposure now right back down, so you can see the prominences have gone, and then you can see some sunspots there. That looks pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that. I want to take a video of those too. Why not? Why not? That looks pretty cool. I've really struggled with the focus. I don't know if this is hugely in focus or not. Perhaps that's that's the sun. Yeah. Perhaps I should have. There you go. She knows more than me. Perhaps I should have left the autofocuser off for today. Yeah, that's a cloud. And not tried to bite off more than I can chew. But yeah. Either way, I'm getting a picture of the sun. It just might be a bit blurry. Right, and then I'm going to take another video at 15 milliseconds. Yeah, that's the sun. Oops. And see how that comes out. Yeah, overall, quite a frustrating afternoon trying to sort everything out. Hopefully this will deliver some at least usable image or something that I can use. I've got no idea, but I'll do my best. I might try the live stacking thing in the ASI as well, just to see how that looks. So sorry, this video has been a little bit all over the place. Normally this would be the part of the video where I would share some sort of amazing image that I've created and say, hey, look at this, isn't that great? However, that hasn't really happened. But I said I would share my success or failure with you. So what you're looking at here is a processed, believe it or not, image of the sun in PixInsight. I followed quite a lot of tutorials on YouTube from various channels, particularly from Chuck's Astrophotography. He's got loads of solar stuff on his channel. Very, very useful tutorials if you're after some solar tutorial stuff. But this is kind of the best I could come up with. So the only really usable data I've got adds up to hardly any integration time whatsoever. And this is kind of what you're looking at. So I guess a few things is that I've captured a solar prominence, so I'm really happy with that. It's not particularly focused very well. I think that's for a few reasons. One, this is literally like the grand total of something like half a second's worth of data, so it's literally hardly anything at all. I think it is mostly in focus, but also, you know, seeing conditions may or may not have been brilliant. I can't remember now because it was a week ago that I did the did the image. And yeah, I'm not dealing with very much data. However, I have captured something, you can see it there. I haven't been able to blend any data in to then sort of create a composite image with the surface of the sun, and that was just because my inability to be able to actually do that very well. So, you know, do I want to call this a failure? I'd probably be a bit harsh on myself if I called this a complete failure. At the end of the day, I was using loads of new equipment. I have captured an image of the sun at the end of the day. It is there, you can see it. And so I've got a baseline of something to work from. So I am fully confident that next time I do this, I will be able to come up with something that looks a lot better than this. I've got a much better understanding of what it is that I'm doing. So next time that it's sunny, which in the UK could be another month, fingers crossed, I'll be able to come up with a much better image, and I will of course share that on this channel on various social media platforms if you follow me on those. So if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I've got loads of content planned out. I just need to make the time to be able to actually make the videos and then edit them and get them up. It takes quite a long time to do this. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video, hopefully with a much better image to share than what I've got here.